live trading session of Art of Forex. You can look at us at artofforextradingacademy.com or artofforex.org. We welcome Kareem and Robert, our usual attendees, and we have attendees that we're waiting for. Raul from Guatemala, we're waiting for him to log in, and then, of course, we always have a room for anyone else. So if you guys are actually seeing this, we want to invite you to send us an email and request an invitation so you can participate in our trading session every day in the morning from 7:45 to 9:45, 10 o'clock in the morning on the U.S. session. And we have Mondays and Tuesdays, Tuesday nights as a live trading session as well. As usual, what we're going to start is with news. We're going to see what the week ahead is. It has prepared for us on the forex trading world, and we're going to get prepared on this. First of all, you can go to our webpage and you can see the calendar, the way we have it here in resources and also at home. But you can actually scroll here on the calendar and start seeing the different things that we have right now. At this point, we are in today here. We got some news today coming out from the U.S. The manufacturing index got a little bit lower than expected and actually lower than last month. We did have some industrial production. As expected, it actually grew. We had the 6-month bill auction and the 3-month bill auction, and they were almost as expected. And right now we have at 9:30 we have the Royal Bank of Australia meeting minutes, which we're gonna start seeing the different reactions with the Aussie dollar, and then at 10 o'clock we have news coming out from China. That's what we have for today, Monday, the 16th of September. And then for tomorrow, we start seeing some news coming out from England. We have the consumer price index and the retail price index. Those are going to be really good indicators for the pound. Right now, the pound dollar has been stable on a good long entry position. But it hasn't moved at all, and there's really low liquidity, low volume on the market. And we understand that this week we have what the Federal Bank of the United States actually have in their minute. Most of them are still speculating that this month we will have some signs of tampering with the QE. The Still, one of the things that I've been mentioning from few months back is that we actually got the numbers where the federal bank will say those are the numbers that we're looking for in order to actually start tampering the QE. Those numbers they haven't appeared yet. But people like to speculate, and there's a lot of analysts and people talking out on the web mentioning this. So most of the traders actually do spook out a little bit because of those things. So going back to the for the whole week, we also have tomorrow 8:15. The Secretary of Treasury Liu is going to give a speech. Then at 8:30 we had the Consumer Price Index from the U.S. As news coming out, and then at 8:55 we had the Red Book, which will give us some indication of what the Wednesday will hold. And then we had the TIC at 9 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock we'll have what the National Housing Bureau, that's basically independent organization telling us how much of the housing has been in the market and how good they're selling or not. Then 6:45 we have another good news coming out from New Zealand, and again the at 8:30 the Westpac Lending Index from Australia tomorrow, and at 9:30 we have the House Pricing Index from China. Those are news coming out for Tuesday. Then Wednesday we start seeing different news coming out from Europe. We also see the bank minutes from England. That's going to move the market a lot. We and then we do see the 7 o'clock. We have some news coming out from the U.S. which are low news, and then we have at 8:30 we have what in the housing and the building permits. That's also going to be some news indicating us how the market is doing. At 2 o'clock we have the economic projections and the rate inflation from the Federal Bank, and also we have the press conference from the Federal Bank at 2:30 in the afternoon U.S. time. So this is where the market is actually heading. This is We're going to see a slow market in between today till Wednesday. So once we get to Wednesday, then we will see again a reaction, and probably speculation building in again, because as I said, I don't think that the Federal Bank is going to show any signs of tampering or even mentioning the schedule of tampering on the economy, because as I mentioned, there's no signs, or at least the signs that the Federal Bank is actually looking. They have mentioning over and over again that they're looking for very specific signs for them to start tampering into the QE. Then we have on Thursday we continue with news coming out from England with the retails. That's going to be a really good projection. And 8:30 we have the unemployment claims from the U.S. and the continuing jobless claims as well. At 10 we have the Philly Fed manufacturing survey. We also have the existing home sales month to month, and we also get the report of the American Petroleum Institute. That's basically how much petroleum or reserves the U.S. actually has. And we get into Friday. Then Friday we don't have that much of the news coming in, and that's our whole week. As I said, I mean the week is actually based on the Federal Bank on Wednesday, and again the whole speculation of the tampering of the QE from the Federal Bank. So that's the only thing that you have to be worried. That's the only thing that you have to be on the lookout on Wednesday. Now, if you want to know how to trade that news on Wednesday, basically is wait for news when it's a press conference. Just listen to the press conference. Usually there's a link to the press conference, and then you can hear what the president of the Federal Bank is actually saying. Those things actually help. Don't jump with the excitement, and don't go into the market without actually know what's being said on the press conference, because usually a lot of people just get into the whole frenetic uh, movement of the market, and then you get into a bad position. You think that that position might take off at that moment because everything is moving one direction or it's moving to the other, and it's not. I mean, it's just basically the market actually reacting to different things. The first people that react, usually the first people that react, is the retail trader, which is us. The majority of the retail trader is actually reacting at first, not waiting on, not knowing what's happening on the news conference, and then the other people that starts reacting on news is the small hedge fund, the medium-sized hedge fund, and then later on when everything just sells down, that's where the banks and the big players actually jump in. So be more savvy, be more intelligent, and just wait in to see what everything happens. Just listen. Uh, Listening to the press conference, you will start seeing a lot of different things of what's going on in the market, and then you will be able to actually make a good decision on the news that's going on. Same thing goes when the Central Bank of Europe comes out, or the minutes of the Bank of England is coming out, or even the Australia Bank, the Royal Bank of Australia is actually going to do today. So those are the little things that you have to understand and you have to learn what's going on in the market before making a decision to jump in getting any position on any pair in the forex market. Don't follow the crowd. You have to understand what's happening in the market. You have to uh, have a plan. And I'm going to state that every time that we're doing a video. Have a plan beforehand. If you don't have a plan beforehand, if you're not prepared, if you don't know your limits, that's where the market is going to get you, and that's where you start losing your money. Because it's so important going with a plan ahead. It's so important to know where you're getting. You might get into a position that you don't know if it's going one way or the other. Actually, we are in a position right now that it's been taking us quite a few hours, but still we understand where the position in not only that, but it hasn't even come close to our limits. And so that's the plan. I mean, you have a plan of action. You already have a plan of where your limits are, and so you can take a decision. You can make a decision and say, okay, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to reach out, and then from that point on, just move forward. So the only thing that you have to remember. So, and if you need more advice, if you're looking for guidance and things like that, we're here. This is what we are dedicated to, education to prepare people to know what the forex market is. This is a great industry to be in. You can do it from your comfort of your home. You can do it wherever you want to go. If you have a computer and you can log in and connect, you can do it from anywhere. And as I said, this is a really good market. This is a good industry to be. But if you have the right knowledge, if you don't have the right knowledge, basically you're just handing your money to someone else, to the big boys, to the big brokers, and they're gonna be happy to take it out from you. So we're not here to just hand out our good hard and earned money. We're here to actually make money from this movement from the market. So as I said, right now we're gonna wait for the press conference coming out from the Bank of Australia, and we're gonna continue doing some questions. We're gonna start seeing some different positions, and as I said, the best and the only thing that you have to be concerned for this week on the forex market is the Federal Bank on Wednesday. Knew that the news were going to push the Aussie to the high. We still haven't actually reached the goal that we mentioned, which it was in 0.9345, but it got close to it. It got to 0.9335. 34 actually was the number that it came out. What we're seeing here is a lot of speculation, and a lot of people actually position in the pairs into what they think is going to happen. We knew beforehand that news actually from Australia is going to push it. We have another news coming out from China in about 20 minutes. And this is the thing that you have to remember. Again, going back to having a plan, having a, targets, having risk assessment. Everything helps out when you feel that you're in trouble. I mean, you have to remember where you are. You have to remember what your positions are, and then you have to act on it. Remember, if you get into panic, then you start making wrong decisions. Then you start freaking out, and then you start losing money. If you have fear, but you know whether you can control the emotion, you know what's going on because you have a previous plan, a plan of attack, then that fear can become something good for you. So it you can control it and make it something good from what it is. For what it's worth, we were able to make 20 pips on that move. That was a move that we were waiting since 1 o'clock in the afternoon today. So we actually got a good positive. We actually got a good return on from just that move. Now we're just waiting for the other moves, the euro dollar and the pound dollar that we are right now. I want to show the closure on that position so you can actually see. As I mentioned, actually was 11:51, and then 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon, all the way to now. But we got 19 pips, 20 pips from this move. So again, it's just to mention having a plan, having knowing where you are, knowing the trend. If you know all those things, you will definitely know what's going on, what's happening. And at this moment, um, we're seeing a good change of volume on the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar will continue going up. That is also going to start activating the euro dollar and the pound dollar. We know in this session the euro dollar and the pound dollar in the night session in between what is Australia and Asia. Usually the euro dollar and the pound dollar actually don't move that much. And so that's why we're not expecting a big move from the euro dollar and the pound dollar right now. But we are definitely expecting that huge move on the European session and the US session. So knowing those things, we're gonna keep our eye on it. Going back to the main thing, having a plan, taking a risk assessment, knowing what it is, knowing your fundamentals, knowing your technical analysis and everything. That's all the things that we can actually teach you here in Art of Forex. And we have our participants, our attendees here. They have gone through that preparation, and they know that what we're talking about. So again, we invite you to go to the webpage artofforex.org. We have a new domain name, artofforextradingacademy.com. Send us an email, ask for a free live trading session with us, and we're more than happy to welcome you and actually show you what we can do all together. We actually did 93.8 pips, or the amount of on the pips. That's for $469. That's almost 2.5% of my account plus whatever I actually did before. So actually, I got into 3.2% of my account. That blow off my target for the whole day. I just wanted to bring you this again, just showing and while we talk about the having a plan in action, knowing where you are, understanding the graphs, understanding the charts, understanding what the fundamentals and the technical and sentimental analysis is actually telling you, plus having the personal analysis taking in effect. So I just wanted to bring you over this so you can actually see what we're talking about and where we are in the different things. Again, if you want to visit our website, art.forex.org or art.forextradingacademy.com. We would like to have you in, and we would like to show you what we see and what we are and how we do it. And so please join us.